Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm going to be giving you guys another Xenoverse 2 video, just like the one I did earlier today, and I'll link this one down below where I talked about the 5 things that I want to see most in Xenoverse 2. And this video is going to be covering the 5 things I do not want to see in Xenoverse 2. No specific order, and the gameplay you are seeing is from Xenoverse 1 because we don't have a lot of gameplay footage of Xenoverse 2 to go off of. Link down below, I also broke down the trailer, so check that out if you haven't. And subscribe to the channel for more updates on this game because I'll cover it extensively. So the first one I got here is no more Super Saiyan spammers, because the way Super Saiyan worked in Xenoverse 1 was not really the best. And there's a lot of ways they could tweak this. I mentioned this in the last video of the 5 things I wanted to see. And I do want them to kind of maybe look at Budokai 3 in terms of what they base this game's combat and key mechanics on. I suppose it's going to be a 3D fighter still instead of a 2D one, but I do want the stamina and key bars to be one and the same, just like in Budokai 3. That's something that I would prefer. Obviously giving players more key in general, but having dodge and consume it as well, and maybe having Super Saiyan work in a similar way as that. And what they could do is have it buff your strength like it does in Xenoverse 1. It increases the damage of your melee attacks. And what they could do is do that again. It was never that, it didn't increase to a broken level. But what was bad is that it gave you unlimited ki, but it kept continually draining it. Now they could still do this, but what they could do is exclude ultimate attacks from being infinitely spammed. That was a really big problem, and even some super attacks could be spammed, but I think they can leave the super attacks being able to be spammable. A lot of fighting games let you do that. Street Fighter, Killer Instinct, a lot of games let you do that. And what they could do is tweak a lot of the maybe grab moves, because those were busted. So if they tweak those, that could work, but I'd like to see a reworking of the Super Saiyan transformation in the game. The next one kind of is a broad thing, but broken character builds. A refinement of the level up and stat building needs to be done. There's a lot of broken character builds. Something I mentioned later in this video will add to this, but there definitely needs to be a refinement of the level up structure in the game. I love that you can level up your character and that's an RPG. I absolutely do love that. But there were a lot of broken character builds. We know this. Maybe put a lower cap on some stats. Maybe not make some stats as overly powerful as others, because if you had 100% stat bonuses in melee, you could pretty much hit someone and kill them in one combo. So there was definitely a lot of problems with that, and it needs to be something that's reworked for sure. This one's going to be a little bit of a divisive thing among you guys probably, but it's something that I've talked to Quaman's Land about before, and I don't want to see Z-Souls returning. I like the idea of them. They were cool. Maybe if they do return, they need to really rework them, but there was a large majority of those Z-Souls that were absolutely broken, and I feel like even if they introduce them again, they're going to add more, they're going to take out some, but they're going to be broken again. Some of them are going to be broken and they're not going to get fixed. They tried to fix them before, but they still never got to an unbroken level, and I think that's something that I'd honestly rather just see taken out of the game. Do you guys think they should stay in the game or not? Let me know down below. Next one I have is another one that might be a little divisive, but it's my list, so we're going to hear about it anyways. I don't want any custom characters in ranked matches, because that was the biggest reason I didn't play ranked matches. Like I said before, there's a lot of broken character builds in the game, so I think they should reserve it to a lot of the preset characters. Actually, all of them, of course. Even though there maybe were a little bit too powerful of preset characters in the multiplayer originally, it was still better than playing against customs, because if you were playing against a custom character and you were playing as someone like Vegeta, chances are they're going to be spamming Hyper Drain on you the whole match, or Bardock's ultimate move. And then the last one I have is something kind of simple, but I don't want, in general, I'm not saying it can't be there for like big boss enemies or something like that, but I don't want non-staggerable enemies. You know, in Xenoverse, in the campaign, and a lot of the parallel quests, there were enemies that you just could not stagger just to make the game artificially more difficult, and that's just something I don't want to see return. I don't think it's a very in-depth gameplay element. Maybe for big bosses like what we had with Demigra, it would work good. Obviously, hit an enemy enough, they do stagger, but they regain that non-stagger charm after a short period. And as a bonus honorable mention, this is something that could go either way. I'm still on the fence about it, but this is a number 6, I guess. I don't know if I really want to see clothing affect your stats at all, and I think I'm leaning more towards the sides I don't want it to affect your stats, because it really forces you to really not. Sometimes it forces you to wear things that you wouldn't normally wear or don't want to wear. When you got to a high level, it wasn't that big of a deal, but it's something that I don't think I really want to see. But that's been my list, guys. If you guys didn't see it, I linked it in the description, like I said earlier. The 5 things that I want to see the most in Xenoverse 2. Let me know what you guys have for the things you don't want to see in Xenoverse 2 down below. Give me 5 of them, and then check out the other video. And again, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more coverage of this game, because I'll be doing it extensively. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll catch you later.